Hello learners, welcome to Excel with Habeeba. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Let's start today's class, that is curriculum of teacher education of the paper Perspectives of Teacher Education with the subtopic Principles and Dynamics of Teacher Education Curriculum. Now let's understand first why we need this curriculum of teacher education. To enhance the professional identity of school teachers, establish meaningful links between pre-service and in-service teacher education. Pre-service means before entering into the service, they do get the training to become teachers, for example, B.Ed, D.El.Ed, etc. Then in-service teacher education, already the teachers who are working and they are taking any courses or any training, that is in-service teacher education. Now, professionally qualified teacher educators also very important for this curriculum of teacher education. Enhance the proficiency of the language spoken by the teacher, may it be English or regional language. Make a conscious effort to design courses to provide greater space to generate a deeper understanding is important. Teachers must learn to adjust to exist realities, empower the teacher as an agent of change, and provide space for student teachers to reflect on their own experiences and assumptions as part of classroom discourse and inquiry. Why we are talking about change? Because how we have come from the subject center, teacher center, behavioral teaching, understanding, and then curriculum, and then we have come to constructing the knowledge. Now we have moved forward with lots of technology also, online, offline teachings, flipped classrooms, n number of changes. The teacher should be capable to understand all those things and move forward with best goals. As stated by NCTE, that is National National Council for Teacher Education 1998, in quality concerns in secondary teacher education, the teacher is the most important element in any educational program. It is the teacher who is mainly responsible for implementation of the educational process at any stage. This shows that it is imperative to invest in the preparation of teachers so that the future of a nation is secure. Excuse me. Now, the importance of competent teachers to the nation's school system can in no way be overemphasized. The National Curriculum Framework 2005 places demands and expectations on the teacher, which need to be addressed by both initial and continuing teacher education. Now, let's understand the principles of teacher education curriculum now. Opportunities provided through a careful crafted curriculum design that draws upon theoretical and empirical knowledge as well as student teachers' experimental knowledge. These are very important. The education of teachers can be redesigned to focus on the learner, to provide a greater space for the personal, social and professional development of the teacher, and to equip him or her to evolve pedagogic approaches and create a learning environment that addresses the needs of learners. Now, through the process of weaving theoretical knowledge across multiple disciplines with the student teachers' own experiential realities and learners' social milieu, teachers can be prompted to reflect, develop habits of self-learning and independent thinking. As we have seen in the teacher education courses, especially B.Ed, we have seen reflective thinking, that is reflective journal they write, what they have done, what are the weaknesses, what are the flaws or strengths they understand through this, and even self-learning habits also inculcated. A sustained engagement with educational practice and theory will enable student teacher to generate knowledge and continually seek clarity of ideas. Now, the common core curriculum for teacher education programs across stages, preschool, elementary, secondary and senior secondary are available. Now, focus on the young child. That is very important. Whatever this teaching, learning, training is ultimate aim and goal is they have to focus on the young child, because their psychological things are very important. That construct the teacher has to understand. That should not be subject content always. Questions of epistemology is knowledge is important. Then prepare teachers for all the levels, primary, secondary, senior secondary, all the stages. Focus should be on the adolescence, because that is the critical stage of development, child's development. The teacher has to take care of. That is very important principle. Then questions of epistemology is knowledge. Deeper engagement with school knowledge is very important, because teachers only can inculcate all the things through all the stages. And also teachers have to apply the interdisciplinary frames, not sticking to one discipline in the sense, for example, if you take social sciences, so under social sciences we have different disciplines, history, geography, all integratedly they can give the projects or any self-learning things, so that they learn things not by heart the things. Only content is not important. Understanding the perceptions are very important. And also they have to understand the common core of teacher education for all stages of school education. As we understood, what should be the aim of them? The vision of India in India, identity, diversity and equity, ideas of educational thinkers, peace education, school and physical health, child rights, developing the self and aspiration as a teacher. They have to understand all the common core of teacher education. These are all the subjects they have to learn or understand well. Organize the entire teacher education curriculum as an organic, integrated whole. That is very important. The contours of each of the curricular areas indicate the kind of learning experiences they offer and the opportunities they provide for the beginning teacher to develop professional knowledge, capacities, sensibilities and skills. Very important. Also, these are the generic terms. Actually, they are treated as perspective syllabi or course titles. Now, the basic ideas or themes on which the curricula and courses are to be built to suit particular contexts. That is, questions of offering one or more teaching subjects. Like in B.Ed, they can take 2 subject areas which they have interest in. Maybe social sciences and English, maybe science and English, mathematics and English, or physics and bio, maths and physics. Like that, anything they can take, whether maybe of 2-year or 4-year models, they can take anyone. Whatever needs are there and demands of it, they have to fulfill. The framework takes a clear approach in suggesting the design of pedagogy courses within the frame of languages, mathematics, sciences and social sciences rather than in terms of school subjects. Another very important thing which makes the student teachers confident enough, that is school internship. That is, they have the chance of practice teaching, so that in future whatever flaws are there, that will be rectified and they can become the best teachers by selecting the choice of subject also is important in the internship. Now, a variety of context specific curriculum and course designs to emerge from the framework that resonate the basic principles contained in the vision of teacher and teacher education. Another very important thing, that is professional development programs for in-service teachers, that is B.Ed trainees, can also be designed along the suggested direction indicated in the proposed curricular areas. And a training schedule that enables student teachers to participate as regular teachers for a sustained length of time, with the advantage of the institute's support to analyze their experiences as a teacher. And a sustained involvement is also very important. In the school programs, the students should plan all the things, that is lesson plans, using the TLMs, teaching learning materials, everything is in that, and also interaction is very important. Now, let's understand the principles given by NCFTE, that is National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2009, a very important document. for teacher education. Let's see here, a new approach to curricular areas of teacher education has been highlighted. The curriculum of teacher education is broadly dealt with under foundations of education curriculum and pedagogy and school internship. What they have said, let's take only the quick points of principles here. That is, teachers need to be prepared to take care of children, enjoy with them, seeking knowledge. That is very important. That is zeal for social reconstruction. That should be the main principle. Another one is active participation of learners depends on the teachers here. That is, how should be the teaching learning process? Evolving process of reflective learning. That is, reflecting things. What are the flaws and what are the weaknesses, what are the strengths that need to be understood. Now the third one is engage with theory along with the field work. Theory along with the field experience. That's what we are saying, internship or community projects, anything they can take up. And another one is trained in organized learner-centered activity-based participatory learning experience, play, projects, discussion, dialogue, observation, visits, integrating academic learning with productive work. These are all the principles. Next, teacher education should engage teachers with curriculum, syllabi and textbooks to critically examine them rather than taking them as given and accepted without question. That should not be there. Then even teacher education should provide opportunity to student teachers for reflection and independent study. That is also one of the principles. Now the program should engage teachers with children in real context. That is, they can take them to the museums or any other places where they can learn, connecting the psychosocial attributes and needs of learners should be the focus. And another one is the program should help teachers or potential teachers to develop social sensitivity and consciousness and finer human sensibilities. That is, they are making the future citizens. Sensitizing the students is very important so that they can conserve the national heritages and even the environment. Next, teacher education programs need not to be burden here. Curriculum should not be burdened. That should connect to the school knowledge with community knowledge and life outside the school. And another one, teacher education programs need to help teachers appreciate the potential of hands-on experience as a pedagogic medium, both inside and outside the college or schools. Then teachers need to reconceptualize citizenship education. Already we have learnt in the previous unit how important is this human rights education, child rights education, how this teacher education curriculum, why to incorporate all that we have learned. And in view of many-sided objectives of teacher education, the evaluation protocol needs to be comprehensive. That is very important. How should be evaluation? Evaluation of attitudes, values, dispositions, habits and hobbies in addition to the conceptual and pedagogical aspects through appropriate quantitative as well as qualitative parameters. Now, what are the general principles of teacher education curriculum? Let's see here. Let's have a quick look at it. That is knowledge, meaningful experience, personalized learning, community, critical reflection, and growth. These are the general principles of teacher education curriculum. Now, what are the dynamics of teacher education curriculum? Let's have a quick look. It has become imminent that the teacher education programs become responsive to such expectations. This is possible through a basic shift in focus to be brought about in teacher education. This would mean an entirely new direction to be taken for to develop necessary conceptual and operational details. Next one is, having done so, the existing knowledge and practices could be examined for their suitable inclusion, alteration or even discard. Whatever is necessary they can keep, otherwise they can discard. That is, focus should be on several aspects. let's see what are the several aspects under that. First is learning, that is through active involvement and participation, a divergent process, a complex, multidimensional and also dynamic process. This is the dynamics of the teacher education curriculum. Learning, then learner, very important focus should be on learner. A psychological entity is a vibrant participant in a context. Psychological appreciate the learning variations among learners. The third one, teacher. The key role of teacher is as facilitator and supportive to learning, teaching method, a professional endowed with the necessary knowledge, attitude, competence, commitment, enthusiasm, spirit of seeking new ways and means, capable of reflection, sensitive and perceptive to not only the learners and the institution. The fourth dynamic is knowledge. Conceptual inputs in teacher education need to be articulated in such a manner that they describe and explain educational phenomena, actions, tasks, efforts, processes, concepts, events and so on. Knowledge in teacher education comprises of various kinds, that is example, conceptual, technical, professional, etc. Then fifth dynamic is social context. When learning outside is connected with learning inside school, it can be hugely valuable. Teacher education programs need to provide the space for engagement with issues and concerns of contemporary Indian society, its pluralistic nature and issues of identity, gender, equity and poverty. The sixth one is appraisal. Appraisal in new teacher education policy is continuous. Teacher educator evaluates student teachers' ability to cooperate and collaborate, investigate and integrate, also appraises written and oral skills and originality in approach, presentation, so on and so forth. So, several kinds of appraisals take place in the form of self-appraisal, peer appraisal, friends, that is, teachers' positive feedback and formal evaluation at the end of the year. All appraisals aim at improvement, understanding one's own strengths and weaknesses to understand what has to be strengthened and identify the next goals in the learning process. Best example is micro teaching. When they learn the different skills one by one, peers will give the feedback to them, then they will understand their strengths and weaknesses, how to improve things they will understand. So that's all for today's class. I'll come up with the next class in the next video. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Thanks for your attention and time. Happy learning.